Well, spring feels like the perfect time to be buying or selling a home. And Kelly Schuett is owner operator of the W Group. And we've got James Weiskerger as well. He is the associate broker and co-owner. How are you two?
Good. How are
Good.
you? Thanks for having
Thanks.
us.
Happy to have you here. It seems like timing is everything. And I keep hearing that this housing market is a crazy one. Tell us a little bit more about it. It is a great time for people to be selling their homes, correct?
Yeah, so it's a combination, I think, of just the interest rates being super low right now, and then really the lack of inventory on the market. I mean, we're seeing most of our clients get multiple offers, way over asking price, buyers waiving appraisals. So yeah, it's definitely a great time to sell.
So, what are the top things that we can do to get our homes ready for sale so that we can be in that league of homes that are selling like crazy?
That's a great question. We're seeing the houses that are most successful show really well. And so when you work with an agent, they're going to show you exactly what buyers are interested in seeing when they go to your house. So we always recommend things that you can start doing on your own: depersonalizing, decluttering, taking down personal photos, really making sure that it's as blank of a slate as it can be for somebody who's coming in to look at it. And that's something that anybody can do at any time. Beyond that, we'll come in and give you minor cosmetic updates that we might have you do. We always want fresh paint, fresh flooring, but we're really good at telling you where to end because we're also not completely flipping your house, right?
Right. Well, it's a good thing that people are watching you here on Midday Maryland because we tell them where they can get their flooring and their painting as well. So it's one-stop shopping with the show. So we're glad that you are on. And you know what? Take the time just to explain the benefits of working with a professional instead of just doing this. I see some neighbors that are like, oh, for sale by owner, which is fine if they're a realtor. But talk about why it's important to work with a professional.
Yeah, so I think from kind of what Kelly said, just from the onset of, figuring out like what you should do to your house to prepare it for sale. That's really, really important. When, again, it's like us advising you guys to do the right things. And that's so important for us to really maximize your profit. And then if you do in fact get multiple offers, which is pretty common in this marketplace, it's being able to navigate that process to ensure we can negotiate things away, like having the buyers waive appraisals. And there's certain terms that are going to be really, really favorable for our sellers.
We also find that a lot of sellers don't know the value of their home. They're looking at a Zestimate or what Redfin says. And even if I encourage people, pull up Redfin and Zillow, you'll get two different numbers. So you really need a local professional to come in and say, this is the actual value of your home and this is what you can expect to get for it. And if you're just throwing a number and a sign in the yard, you might be leaving a lot of money on the table just from the onset.
Well, everything is changing. So whereas your neighbor might have sold, a month ago for a certain amount, you might be able to get more just because of the timing of everything. And talk about that inventory, because I know that if we are on the other side of this, not selling, but looking to buy, if that is where we are, then we want to actually make sure that we have access to off-market inventory. And that's something that you guys can help with, right? Because we as lay people, we don't have that access.
So being the fact that we're Baltimore's #1 real estate team, we have just access to so many homes that aren't on the market yet. So for our clients, that gives them really like first look to be able to find stuff before it does get listed, before it does get bid up and have 25 offers on it. So it's a massive advantage for our clients.
Yeah. And when you're looking on those third-party sites, you probably just on a normal day, even in a normal market, see about 95 to 98% of homes. That extra 5%, especially in this market, is so important because your house is probably in that small margin where nobody else has access to it yet. And we can get you in before the competition. And so a lot of times we've just been matchmaking clients. We have so many buyers that we're just matchmaking them with listings.
Wow. Well, right now you have got a free home evaluation that you are offering for people who are trying to get out of their old home and get into a new home. So tell us what that's all about.
So we'll come in and we don't even actually have to go to a house a lot of times, especially since COVID. We've been doing this over FaceTime. Takes about 5 minutes. We just like to see the updates you've done, how it shows. And then we can give you a very accurate idea of what you would get for your house. We can pull most of the information before we even have that phone call, but actually getting eyes on the property helps us be really specific.
And then we can really go even further and tell them, okay, well, your house, if you do nothing, is worth X dollars. And if you decide to, let's say, paint and maybe do new flooring, it's worth Y dollars. And so we kind of give them multiple options to truly maximize their profit.
Yeah, to make an educated decision. All right. So
Absolutely.
if people are watching and they are in the market for either side of this, buying, selling, or renting, whatever they're doing, they can come to you. Tell us how we get in touch with you.
So you can get in touch with us on our website, thewhomegroup.com. You can follow us on Instagram at the W Home Group. We have a lot of tips that we post on there for buyers and sellers. It's a good place to get more information if you're in the market.
All right. Kelly and James, thanks you so much for being with us. Really appreciate it. And we will be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.